All right, what's going on, party people? This man Grill. Oh man, wild days, I tell you. All right, let's see here. Trying to get to this next signing. All right, got over an hour, so I got some time. Chit chat with y'all for a little bit. Didn't feel like trying to do a live. Yeah, this signing I just got out of, I mean, it took 45 minutes now. I know a lot of people are trying to do these things in 30 minutes and stuff, but let me let y'all in on the secret, okay? I don't care what anybody say, and I will stand on this here. The only way to do a signing in 30 minutes is that you got to have no distractions. And I'm not just talking about you know, being distracted. I'm talking about the signers not being distracted. Because I go in there, I'm like, got my docs prepped, ready to rock and roll. I get there, and they feeding the baby. And they come in there, and the baby like, hey, what's up? I'm like, yo, what up, this Grill? I know you, Grill. I'm like, all right, cool. So me and the baby having a conversation. The wife, she's still upstairs doing whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right, this might take 31 minutes. And we get to going, and I'm like, all right, this gonna be good. This gonna be good. I might be able to push this 30 minutes. And I noticed when I got in there, there was all this food. I'm like, this is more food than what them two and a little baby can eat. Well, come to find out, his wife runs a baking business, Filipino-American pastry baking business. And so while we're signing, they got customers coming over trying to get food, getting their orders and stuff. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's gonna be 35 minutes. And then they're counting money, then they go out and, you know, her husband, he's a customer service person, and he's talking to them, so she gives them the food, collects the money, then she comes back in from getting the money and giving the food, and then he goes out, he stops signing, he goes out and meets them, and I mean, very nice couple, nice way they got it organized. He told me, he said, I'm the customer service person, she does the cooking. He's like, I don't mess with the cooking. I'm like, gotcha. So that's how they run things. And I was like, all right, so it basically added 15 minutes to what I had planned to do. And that's why I say, you know, I don't get hung up and try to take pride in just doing 30-minute signings. I know a lot of notaries do. They, you know, that's their hallmark. You know, everybody wants to even do it in 20 minutes. And I've done close to 15. I think it was real close to 15 minutes one time. But I know I've done between 20 and 25, 28 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe a little more. But in every case that I've done a signing in 30 minutes or less, or let's just say under 45 minutes or under 40 minutes, all the conditions was right. There was no kids interfering. Not saying there weren't no kids around. There was no kids interfering. No kids saying I needed to lay up on mommy or daddy. No kids bringing, you know, diapers full of poop or needing to be changed. There's no animals that all of a sudden I gotta go outside. I mean, there was none of that. You know what I'm saying? There weren't parents sitting up here watching the baby monitor and trying to keep track of the baby, and every time the baby moved, oh, I gotta run upstairs and check on the baby. And I'm sitting here looking at the monitor, and all the baby did was just like, shoulder a little stiff here. And they like, oh, let me go up there, and then they massaging the baby and all of that, and sprinkling stuff. And I'm like, all right, that adds another 10 minutes. So signings can be done in 30 minutes or less. But the situation has to be right. Now, and just because you may do it outside of the home doesn't mean, or like at a Starbucks or a bank, doesn't mean that it'll be done in 30 minutes or less, because what I'm seeing more now is these companies, they're adding documents and they're asking for people's homeowners information. So they want the person's homeowner's insurance information, and even to the point of saying, I want, you know, write down your, what's wrong with these people driving? I want, you know, they want their current mortgage information. So now they're refinancing, going to a new company, but they want the old company's information, and they want their homeowner's insurance information, which they should already have, but they want them. And you say, well, why don't you tell them that ahead of time? Well, a lot of times I don't know until I get the paperwork. And if you're busy and you got a lot going on, sometimes you don't have time to look through each and every single page, you know, and see all of that. And honestly, they should have it. Now, if you're trying to do a signing and you're not at their home where they probably will have that information, and you say, well, maybe they have it on their phone. Believe me or not, there's been a couple of times where people have tried to get that information off of their phone, and it didn't show them the full account number. So then they had to call somebody. And the moment they got to call somebody or look something up, you might as well add 5 minutes. So that's why I'm saying, don't get caught up as a new notary. Now, what you do after you've done 50, 60, 70, 100 of these, that's on you. But in my opinion, in your first 20, 30 or so, maybe even 40, don't worry about the 30-minute thing. If it happens, it happens. But pay attention to the conditions that were surrounding it. The conditions got to be perfect. And what perfect is, in my opinion, no distractions whatsoever. The husband and wife ain't arguing with each other about the numbers or anything. There's no issues with the numbers and the loan officer. There's no kids needing specialized attention. There's no phone calls coming from whoever. You see what I'm saying? You know, there's no, oops, I forgot something and I got to run to the store. I mean, yeah, I've had all of that kind of stuff. And, you know what I'm saying? Or do we have this and they're cooking, you know, doing homework with the kids or homeschooling the kids. All of these are factors that can contribute. Oh, okay. Now I'm just looking at which way I got to go. I thought I was going one direction and I got to go a different direction. Okay. So I'm going the wrong, well, I'm not the wrong way. I'm just on the wrong side of the road. Okay. So let me get on the other side of the road. Click, 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 click. So that I can make the left turn instead of the right turn. Alrighty. So that's my thoughts on it. Now, I mean, of course, somebody said, well, no, Griff, you're 100% wrong. Okay, fine, I'm 100% wrong. But from my experience, that's when I've seen, okay, right here. That's when I've been able to get things done in 30 minutes or less. Is that there are none of those issues. And everybody is signing. Nobody's asking. Additionally, what you need is nobody's asking questions. They're not sitting up there saying, hey, give me this information, give me that information. Just break that up just a touch. You know, none of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's sitting there asking, you know, me questions and all of that. Nobody, I mean, they just bam. And I'm in and out. You know what I'm saying? The seat ain't even warm from me sitting there. But at the same time, provide great customer service. You know what I'm saying? Always provide great customer service and don't get so caught up on the 30-minute signing that you can't provide great customer service, okay? And people can tell when you fake because, you know, people are good at trying, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? All that fake stuff. No, just be genuine. You know what I'm saying? I sit up there and I dap the kids and all of that. And I know some people that, you know, you're so, you know, so focused on making money that you're like, I ain't dapping no kid up. I ain't got time for that. Bunk that kid. Sign these papers so I can say I did this order in 30 minutes or less and said I made $75. Well, no, sorry, you probably ain't doing $75 ones. I made $150 in 30 minutes. It ain't about that, people. Great customer service is what it's about. The 30-minute signings will come. You know, this next one I'm going to, I'm hoping it'll be 30 minutes. I really, really am. But there's a high chance that it's not. She's fixing a bun in her hair. And, you know, there's a chance it may not. But I ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? As long as I make the money that I'm supposed to make, you know, and I know everybody's lifestyle is different. Some of y'all, you know, you got kids, you got to try to pick up daycare, you know, kids from daycare. And then all of a sudden, you know, you done took this order, you know, and you're supposed to be picking them up from daycare at what time is it? It's at 2 o'clock, and you're supposed to be picking them up at 3. So you're like, shoot, let me get this done in 30 minutes so I can make it on time. I got it. I got it. But you would have been sorely disappointed today if you would have had to go to an appointment after this, and you was trying to get this done in 30 minutes, and they sitting up here, you know, handing out food and collecting money and all that kind of stuff, and you would have been late. So that's why I say I don't really stress over the 30-minute signings. I mean, I'm ready to do them, but if it don't happen, I don't worry about it. All right? Well, y'all have a good one. I'm going to find me a place to chill, and give the wife a call, talk to her for a little bit, and then go on to this signing that, oh, you know what I know? Okay, I need to put some gas in the car. Go put some gas in the car and talk to the wife and see how she doing. All right, talk to y'all later. Peace.